24-hour economy. Light Edumo. Oh, the Asempa Nabo. Asempa Nabo. 24-hour economy. Doom so. Doom so. Yeah, mama. Mahama is a ho. He's a ho for Madagascar. Mahama is the hope for doom so. Hey, it's over doom Kenya. No, you that. Hi. And next Saturday, John Mahama, why do you like? Why is I say me TV? I never had TV kids will be about house and listening. That they were saying, yeah, what for official were you? Yeah, Mama did I know. Mama! Oh, dear, Sampanabo. Asampanabo. 24-hour economy. Where you doing so? Oh, dear, Sampanabo. Asampanabo. 24-hour economy. It's so crying yet. It's so crying yet. Hey, Ama, I'll show them you. I tell you. Yay, Mahama. Mahama, show a day. It's you also. Come on, for the day. Say hi. So more drill. Come on, for the auntie NDC. Hey, auntie NDC. John Mahama. Even as the last time, I say voter region, see what. Do so this you. I'm young who here. What did you buy? Oh, the assembly. I was some I was voter region. I was some no. Economy. Mahama is the hope. Is the hope. Is the hope for Madagascar. Never for NDC. Chem is the hope. And I am a doom Ghanaian. Oh, and I am a doom so you. Oh, for Madagascar. Hey, me who side will be charged. Of your now I am confused. Oh, yeah, you have 24-hour economy. Light Edumo. Oh, the Asempa Nabo. Asempa Nabo. 24-hour economy. Doom so. Doom so. Yeah, mama. Mahama is a ho. He's a ho for Madagascar. Mahama is the hope for doom so. Hey, it's over doom Kenya. No, you that is. Hi. And next Saturday, John Mahama, why do you like? Why is I say me TV? I never had TV kids will be about house and listening. That they were saying, yeah, what for official were you? Yeah, Mahama did I know. Mama! Oh, the Asempanabo. Asempanabo. 24-hour economy. Where you doing so? Oh, the Asempanabo. Asempanabo. 24-hour economy. It's so crying yet. It's so crying yet. Hey, Ama, I'll show them you. I tell you. Yay, Mahama. Mahama, show a day. It's you also. Come on, for the day. Say hi. So more drill. Come on, come on, for the auntie NDC. Hey, auntie NDC. John Mahama. Even as the last time, I say voter region, see what. Do so this you. I'm young who here. What did you buy? Oh, the assembly. I was some I was voter region. I was some no. Economy. Mahama is the hope. Is the hope. Is the hope for my for NDC pe. Tell me is there hope and I am a doom canyon. Oh, and I am a doom so yo. Oh, for Mother Ghana. Hey, me who side will be charged.
So dear, Charlie.
Of your
now I am confused. Oh, yeah, you have.
Abusian for me church ya bunyana ema mwako aba ene de enipa de rush na aba abusian maba ene me use different app etimisremo a anomaly te se wo be hu bia no mon kana mon kire me na me hu what is going on well and what is not going on well timesre wa oba ya na wa like video no na dia mame ai said the american no. And I'm saying you use different system, Montino. And a man getting kitty more a beruane, yes. Oh, this is my live chat. I'm on for more today. International very good. Tubana Sabi Ochrea, Mehu Sewaba, Namachia, Kama. And then you use different system. Timis Remo, Munyan to Masabamka, can I mean you're used to it? Yes, because I think this system can work very good. Abusia. Mediani Mr. Mafu, RAZ Media GH. Mesro, so I buy and to was an atras. Now, when me, and for Jumadi, a message so. Share Nakahu, Assem Madame for Yonko, Ma or non so, Emeka Yen home, then a young for Jumadi fair way, Emelo. And a Jumadi more de pa, and a Jumadi more de. I more de. Said the Messiah can say this time, no. I just say be an person bunya the reality, person truth now. Media no, one is obey a better research. We are one is obey a better researcher. And some of the people tiamba obey to me a casa fahono, and also pa. And tenants to the yabani aba. Aye. Di, and so, Mr. Mafo. Best of so by now I share no like. I won't subscribe yet, I will tell the way so swap. But the mensa. Adam and Sayam as was a subscriber mamma. And by campus your corner home. Your Dawson, a oha, and Timerson so said, Ma, sub you like, no, a munya drew. I says, I make us a nipper me a pet, and I like it, and say, Nipper said 12, and I heard. Timerson say, like, if you do no mamma, no video no to me pushy and call and go through by was saying a day, and call, then go drew. I made in check as here, I'm with Drew, and Mammy, Coffee Frank. I was good evening, bro. How are you doing, Kofi? Thank you for asking. I'm doing very good. Thank you very much. Me mami Esther K. Badima, I my partner Bakupe. I mami, Michelle Yepa. I want to say now all fire or gap media honum. I'm a tell gapa. I'm a tell you. Master, Mammy Esther, Master. Chance na mimia or say Anthony, Anthony or say. I or so Abba. But I also hear pa or say hi, good one. Yeah. We are here today back on the field. Maybe I know Abusiam 4 4 Amwaba and they make us for doom so ho. Now as I make us for doom so ho no. I have something that I want to talk about. I can Japan send some and then crop for. I say any microphobia and then now a boom Jimmy to the highest point. Today I'm happy that finally the leadership of the MPP has made a clear statement to say there should not be any campaign for any flag bearer. Nobody is going to campaign. But Yabeka, the enemy ever nipa bi ho. Dr. Baumia said that be American and because of what he has shown to us said. A competent man. I onim dear onim kwan a yefa so etoto o man chichiro man e man be ye man papa e de de o pro da bia ye be ka ho asem ye ntwa so ye be ka ne ho asem but we will not deliberately choose him say on ye flag bearer but we know how we go to promote him indirectly and then papa be say ono by 2027 obema Ghana mabunu mako 10,000 ajuma. Mame Ghana pia I me mame Esther K Badima I oba tampa kuya. Oh yeah. Munipano and Eddie, or say by 2027, now the 3,000 workers abeka the Jumaya for no to Miss Lemoa, Munyanto was a man. He is working. Or so a year, Juma. And I could say, up with video near come up. I can see that the video is very solid. That's important to notice. Yeah, in any case, Papa Nesi or not dear, but 2027. Obenya 10,000 workers here, from 7,000, ya jump into 10,000. And yeah, we like what he is saying. Hope he say, Obe focus on his business aspect. No big business mugu, ewo mainum, na watimi I employ more people, na watimi ama man for anya jumaye. Na eni na wajai ba bibi edi ama nipa foforo bi no ma eho ena Nyankopon edi ache won se eho ena won so owo nimde. That is all what we are demanding from That is what we are demanding from him. Mr. Moa say network no and as a voice in your kama and as a voice no from among kama mente why. Mr. Moa. Aye. Eti na de ekono. Na se Canada Japan so be funny part 3,000 and 7,000 no ho amoma be 10,000 by the close of 2027. Now I have some little questions to ask about Canada, Japan, and ANAS saga. It was a Krabi Bisa. Now, in any case, congratulations to Canada, Japan for successfully having his interaction with the student here and the one campaign. Now, also before July 4, and the young couple answers, Papa, we were doing it. And himself, so can I do no to horse or the year a Juma, or to me, dear soon, as anyway. Na said the bayo benya na man na adwene na to fom se obaye achede Nyankopon de amano no eho adwuma no na ya asem because president DSMB abadi team I be kana sa I white angel me mo akwaba pa I miwia fisherman also me mo akwaba meso say like video na share two groups a wo mu no mu na amanfo mra na yem fa show no ento aso na yem koye Miriam, Yenina ye wo ha. Ena yete say Anas Alemeyao Anas. The papa no see a friend undercover investigator. I was just no ye undercover journalist. Or ye hwehwemu e wo sumu e de chi akromfo ene awudifo e wo man no corruption politicians are omo anya sabio aban tumi binuma omo di jumafo e wo man no mu ose omo e na odi omo achi na ochichi wo na we mu na nensem binum beto abonten I think say he made a video be as if the number 2 so number 3 e na Canada Japan kwa America to kwa America no e na yekoye ni wo interview e wo radio bi so I think yeah Ena Kennedy Ekeka Sam I think it was on not on a radio on Daddy Fred in the show so Ena Kennedy Kokan Sam na Anas says ansem na Kennedy Kokaya no a defamation character Ena okosiu no e wo court na busia Anas na de Kennedy Japan court to okosiu no and I am sa Kennedy ka asem no wa America SARS sunti no na was asem ye ni no America ena Kennedy call ye ena omukodi asem na the first sitting na ye tribunal bi no omuka asem ka Kennedy Japan na say Anas the lawyer for no demand say because of the character of damage Kennedy Japan dey aye Anas intino omuhia $18 million e dey compensate no ena Kennedy Japan and lawyers so e file say there be sa $18 million no Kennedy ntua ne ntua ne china e ma ne yeye ena omode asem no call lord judge ankasa na nim ena judge na hwehwe nsem no mu a na ode ba conclusion say Kennedy Japan wadi for Ah, yeah. Mutia me you. Me sasem we man can want some that because I thought say whatever Ken did that time was not only for his personal interest, but was also for the interest of the party. Okay. And man can want some that because I didn't like it. Na ya say ye beji 80 million and 1 million kurano. Answer no benya bina bra wabre. Na 18 million. So I didn't talk about it. Me, I told you, say me, I've been a fan of Kennedy Japan for a very long time. I only talk against him when he goes out with his outrances. Now, so I say no, yeah, near my incident fata. That is when I come in and I talk about him. And yes, idea, I keep on being whom I am. And there are some we better about Tenya or more can one say man kabi. Now no judgment whereby ya. Sabio judgment which is a Kennedy Japan what the for na nam sa asunti onko tua sika bi emfama anas no ene na matete nsem bi wo media no mu amedwene ho am se na nti nkrofo mu di Kennedy Japan achi pa emu binom adwene ben ne do muti tell me yo I want to make my statement relevant and also clear. Yanka se mitim bisa me ho se enti nkrofo yo mu di Kennedy Japan achi emu binom adwene ben ne da omutim because me ya wo di asem akokot yakwa kodi asem at the end of the asem no die no the aba abonten say you Kennedy Japan you must to pay $500 to Anas Ameriyao Anas. Now in my common wisdom, any in my limit or naive mode of looking at things, you know, this tells me directly say, Kennedy Japan a lose case, you know, as it really say, the accusation Anas de koto Kennedy Japan so allege say what the fame no judge American judge court of competent. Atnasi ahwe nsenu maka kire Kennedy Japan say hey papa udi ntro uye nkontompo ni utwa ntro gu nipa so ana meboa enam we so ama sabio church no agina so aka kire Kennedy Japan say ontua $500 emfama Anas Ameriyao Anas entinka asem we beto dwai uye obi a wadwene mu da ho na wo soundo a ye na ka kire wo me maame akuya batampa me mo akwa ba yie pa sa yo bi a wadwene nim de wom nyansa wom manka se school nyansa wo because nye nipa ni nyina e na ye wo won abusua ye wo won mu omutumi nya sika e de sponsor wo mo ma mo ko school enti nye nipa ni nyina e na tumi nya akwanya ko school but efie nyansa de se ye wo to fie mu a anya hwewuni ne wo se omuma onyansa kakra wo fie ansana wo pia bonten enti efie nyansa mu no se wo de asem koto panyina nim na ye di asem no wie na panyina ne ka tro se fa apetese baako ebe pata enipa oni ni di asem na I think say wo fie nyansa mu ase kire ne se what for no matter how big the compensation is mimi akwadwo kwa achebe mu akwa abapa ete say bi owu akokodi asem o court Louis Mama me ma wonso akwa abapa so akokodi asem o court na court no after going through the case after various attempts now yeah the final decision beto abonten say for sika dudu we efama nipa odo ba court na adwene ne ntiase mu what does it mean say what for hey awura ni nyankopo yesi aboa tontom awu December ni eba na adwene mpeno na moja ba ni timpa na awudie abetonti say judge atrase account yourself for $500 ma Anas Ameriyao Anas say what for uye nkontompo ni what can throw the go bi so waka the enim e dia for nipa no so because the case, you know, the element of the case was defamatory. Deferment is to say what can some any no credit to me so. In the America court, judge, competent court of jurisdiction, I ran some numaka at the atoho, atre at the stamp was to say, Kennedy or Hina Japan, what shall throw at the guanas so into default, now no money to $500, Nafa Patano. Now, some will better about thing. What I see on the media and say, Mary Usu, Mamma Mwakwa Pa. The me who no media no son say, and Crofobinoma a jubility. Aye, I'm up for jubility. Maybe I'm a source like a video of Mamma and Uncle. I'm up for jubility seriously. The jubilation or jubility no. Asamba ko omode attach jubilation no ne say Canada Japan adipem ewo anas adi eno na metia na me say enti wa jimi fo dodo sei ewo Ghana man mu ana maame charity we am mo akwa ba yepa ana me bisa me say enti no ye won kwasiafo binom wo man no mu asabio ya mamre mu kura kwa ya fasu di asem ene ho nsunsuanso ene ho fapem omunya ntiase na omo se omo ba beka amanya osem ho ensem e di atwea kra di amanipa bi temiyo I'm making my statement fan clear se nipa bi no munya nte common sense ase na omo se omo mom na omo ba bebo dawuro e di ama obi ama nipa ni binum akoto abama na dia enne na menwia no me ye wasem kese ebo ne po maame unity abo agye mo akwa ba yepa se ne ye ba be ye ne dia ana se nipa binum se na betu yemfo nipa wenum na beka asem na beto ye tim na dia gina so I make a choice who to lead the party call MPP dia enne na ya yira ye ne adwene wo ye tim e nkwasiafo mami nkansin so adwene ne nya dwuma ai adwene no eko anti clockwise because minti bi da say ye di asem na ye twaka e di ama obi na nipa na ye twa aka na ma ne nkrofo ejubreti adente say nipa na ye twaka ama no wadi kunim na asem we besie de ye me ya pa ne say enkrofo bi omote abrochiman mu ha ebirum kurate America. They are the people who are actually jubilating. They know how the laws work. Meaning if their intention is to deceive the people. And then my sister Esther can't say normally no diaspora ankasa se utu kwan firi wo man mu kotra man foforo so a enye sika nkwante yitu kwan o enye sika nkwante yitu kwan o normally we travel for experience and more exposure towards different realities say yetumi e baggage ne kama digu ye bag na ye sande koye kuromu a etime boama ye man no kura pagya ne ntoma pa efra. But these our co-nationalities, some Ghanaians in abroad, omo ye moa ese omo motifie ne bebre. Manka se ga omo motifie nyina wo. Ghana for no bi no motifie a enkomo behia ye personal advice ye no ma ye to kwan ye hu different culture, ye hu niema ahodo no. Ye mu bi no ma ya ba ha no, ye mu bi no agimi sene nkrofo no bi no omo ofie a omo hia ye point of view. No, but they are making decision. Jimmy Nkwa say you be a court. You could hear some damage their manner. Who jubilate say what are you thinking of? What makes your brains work that way? Are you stupid? Are you out of your mind? Are your brains working? The couple wires now are connecting. Are they all correct? Ebiashe. Now maybe I don't know. Mentias said, people who normally associate themselves with Kennedy Japan in this time of presidential ambition of Kennedy Japan, many of them are bullshit. Baby, no more Jimmy from Kwa. Ebinom are doing it for the business mindset. But there are a lot of Omunyante Riase. All what they are doing is Kennedy Usika Entiento. That's a Onigu Hokrana and Crofon Bessie said Jimmy T. Jimmy T. You want to come and tell me so be a yet damage dear mano. Obi a yet damage dear man or no woman in any case. And you want me to understand and accept that. Now say Gordon Asaribedia Eba betan TV show. Now Oyena Juni say asem we yaba. We are all journalists. Me, I'm not a journalist. Me, I'm Kawadjune. I'm a Kawadjune Kasiapa. Gordon Asaribedia ko TV show. Now Anas and Kennedy Japan case a topic of the day. Now offered newspaper na da horo na okan na ochechire mu chire Ghana fo a ubenya free for kwasiampanyi a free for Jimmy kwasiampanyi no akotra TV so ne ADD Asarbedi akwantem adentia Asarbedi akon has what explain the outcome of the case at the court. Tio no odidi Asarbedi akwantem se onimu nyansa onwene Asarbedi akoye nipa bone Asarbedi akọ ho no ontemrase adentia Asarbedi akose Kennedy Japan alusu a case against who Anas Ameriya Anas. Now hey, let me tell you something. Bible no say by their fruits we shall know whom they are. Bible no say si okwasia ewo nkwase si okwasia kwasia ewo ne nkwase asem ho na wana nso daye anwene se oye banyansafo afrifa abrefa menim se wajimi sa I for sure na I never knew abrefa menim se wajimi sa utimi do ho bebo me utimi do ho bebo me for fun, to get views, to be recognized. Now we are wako for kwasi afon so mun ko hwere article about me say me a froster me the amanfo ko me frodo amanfo say me the omo ko abruchi na ma je omo hu sikadi afere mu say die afere mate ase die ntia utumi kan kwasi asem sa because uchimi eda utimu ahu afiri fa abrefa menim say sa wo ye panyin toto sa wa jimi rough we kurasini rough. I never knew so some went Jimmy to the highest point. Obi a watra brochema wa bodu se sabio offended then a gray hair abo wa bodu se hey no so rasta no ntimi nyini yeah right hey one was so rasta na pese wo mbo no it is about years na pese mo rasta ntimi nyini nkwasi asem ne Jimmy na adokru tim no entimi ma utimi nyina ne ti so entimi nyina uti so ma me frem po ma me akwa gap me mo akwa ba ye pa yeah ma me mo akwa ba ye pa. Thank you very much for being here gap ene wa bo juba o wa bo juma pa Opa Juma pa. I obatampa I talk your mind blogger. Me journalist me man ko in school in journalism. I talk your mind. I kan ya adwene. Said ye tie. Fufu pepe sa ye fa bi nka ho. Ye nti bi mfiri. Na wo abrefa Jimmy kwasi ampanyi na watena abrochire ama ohwere wase nyina afudwere. Jimmy nti ye kodi case na ye ye chat damage, ye chat compensation, the man boss so ntiamfa ma obia. U Jimmy adokru nti no se enye nokore. Why Jimmy hey na woni ma kenkan yan twi kasa so ye ka wonte se sukuu no na wanko bio se wano na ente wo badwa mu a sabio obi nso kasa wo kurom kasa wo maame de tete wo mu a aya wonte ase anade na how what is wrong with you ena makeka nkwasiafo makeka mo ho abom ena maye ma adwene say on the media space no you are going to throw out only stupidity to the highest level ena monya jimifo bi no mo so a omote abrochiro omo hu di omonye ena omudi mochi ena we are for ken and so what me ma me British in cancer no akwa bapa no not a free fall that guy is a brifa guy be or Canada Japan ne platform bi so say we are for Ken TV or said ben yo and mo jimi mo ho jiminti mo jimi mo ho to the point to say when we were in power during the campaign time and ye ni abra ye pe to me atwa nyuma paso o Ghana no Canada Japan unti you set camera on your stupid guys that are there to disgrace the party that your leader wanted to lead. Unjimi here. I feel a Matthias the entire wajimi because a common sense won't tiasia. How can you understand political dynamics? I agree. Jimmy Nkwa na asari Gordon Bediako. Gordon onim Kennedy Japan who abrefa now da Hamburg now da ayase overhead yase Jimmy when me mfedo do agodi na si asari Bediako odia ye adwuma edi ama papa ye friend Kennedy Japan wo da ben and now created that we are for Ken na what about who Kennedy Japan is? Do you know who Gordon Asari Bediako is? Now and you are out there defending foolishness, the highest stupidity and the foolishness ever I've seen in people. That Brifajan is very stupid. And then when you continue video, so now I was crying inside me. Say now Jimmy when I buy my platform so. When Jimmy say I buy my platform so. Say a cost sentence abeto abonten na still you are proclaiming Kennedy Japan to have won a case that was what ruled against him. Unjimi ye. Mo dey say the mo say Jimmy there. Na ubedi as Gordon Asari bedi akwantem. Gordon Asari bedi akwa is a man of principle. Onye yes amasani. Enintia mo kanka bi na mo se odun so amobenom te se bottle water mo kanka bi na mo se oni amobedi te se maame na waton wachedi ato Rolls Royce no o free ne nchen ekope baabi papa tena ye baabi ase ye to bread ma o search fa ko bubu mo wera ade e bechi na BBC Jimmy when the most said yes yesterday, hey, I never know say mobile approach say mobile Jimmy. I never know. Yes, free yourself, free your mind. Get yourself away from mental slavery. And think about approach there automatically you elevate yourself to a point to say you become slavery free from everybody on the planet. But when you approach still you want to go and koto. Nkwasiafo binom a yennim kwan o mofa so omunye o musika ebinum so omu de cocaine enye o musika ebinum so omo frodo amanfo na emunye o musika ebinum se omo ye illegal migration eso Ghana fo kogu abrochi na omo di nye o musika ena mo koto na mo sori won ena nyansa asem no kure na hokan na ma pagya koto baabi na mu di nkwasiasem because you want favoritism from that person monyare mo ya wiye ajime fo munninom ene mo senom ene omungu Ghana ho a enkwase adwuma na enam Canada Japan ti mo yedi TMPP no omunya light no mo adam ai mo nkwase campaign na mo ye editia MPP amanyoko no the consequences ne say mo wo fase nom ne mo nana wanom ene omo ko school na omo ni ska omo ntumi nko biem uko school apart na yede ma wo we be ma ye ma obi ka ho we be ma akoro beje part kiwo me mo akwaba mo nkwase 3 asimu nkwase akonso a mo se mo mfanya de pamfa mo amoman mo betra brochire mfie bebre na mo se mo nsua nim de mfa nkobo amoman na jimi nkwa na mo di bejim because of somebody greedy selfishness idea than it timuntino ene mo maame no ne mo papa no omo nya light no mo adam aduane ne boa ye den e chense da ne sitie light be boa ye den enso boa ye den mo no mo sisi dan dia ma mo maame no mo kurom no ene your mothers your families are suffering because of how stupid you are. When I discuss dollars to CD rate on your platforms, Muslim pro MPP medias. Jimmy. Now as I be there conquer here. Now mo dinambe traho e dinatem. Kill me mo akwaba. Kobi Jima won so me mo akwaba ye pa. Odi ti asema. Ti asema. Yewia we eka ya Canada Japan crofo omo se omo ntibi da no ntino omo pese omo nye den se omo pese so omo nchini ntumo se de na omo pese omo mfanye no odi
te ena no asema esi sunyane eso kasa bebuo mu etie de ye ante ase te ena no asema esi sunyane eso kasa bebuo mu etie de ye ante ase.
Sorry, Busia. Mommy, for the main video. But your mom just 1 minute. I can't tell you before. And then, let me first time I used to say, I'm somehow handicapped. But yeah, I think I'm going to make it happen. I think this is the right one.
Na enka topic no but so mo busa dia ni nyina ani. Anas arembi Anas. I think it's number 12 last year. Kwesina techidi no. After that no no bokere Japan any ninya issue ho efade ne modus operandi say ekwakọ fa so de dwuma no se ne ninyi ho. Ma wo ye won so keka ansem fa no ho a Anas de asem bi court o Ghana. Ye no ye mi say ekọ na Anas edifo. No bokere Japan so interview wa asem no ho wa America radio station bi ho. Ena Anas say see the Orobo Japan kasa wo wakasa egul hu fin making so many allegations against him and to Anas so equal America holmo e de asem no court issue for defamation na defamation asem no emudie no omoye no trial by jury say nipa be enuma na bibi saloma trance na omaka asem no omoka asem no mosu adene ebuabo Orobo Japan because some of the kan no now we need evidence according to ruling now by the jury no buy and until the jury need to say o ma boro in Japan ka $18 million now is an awarding and na Orobo Japan lawyers they say scandal sododo it is idea almost entiso technically speaking no almost hol ye encourage we call appeal by remete it didn't say scanner mo jeme no medifo de mejitum se medifo ne mu scanner mo jeme no esododo etimonte so ena obi ade ne krata ekoye Anas ele afode ne mu krata akoye Orobo Japan so ne krata so ekoye say ye ntiska no so de scanner sododo ena Anas din de ekoye ena o makotwen be bosomi ni na chikakra ena judge ne judge di ruling na ba say Orobo Japan aja tum se wodifo but scanner na eso it is idea what you see. Scanner $18 million no. Wajatum wo sini na egu ne mo no bokere Japan entua $500. Efama Anas say wogun hufin. Entino ruling ni say Orobo Japan edifo. Na ya body ka $500. First no $18 million. But court no say $18 million in the e sododo into Orobo Japan entua $500 efoma Anas Arabia Anas asem ni nyina eni nti wa na person obusam mu say ekosi say na monte ase ne adade no pacho. This is the explanation that I think I can give ama obi atase kwame yakwai
yeah me person me share say free a year or Black Star experience no.
Okay,
so we share the framework of Black Stars experience now.
I wish you for asem we ya Gordon e kan ye ehefa ena Gordon kan asem bia na ensem temiye pa oh ya na ekoya ya kwakwa ne se ene da due ya me no kasai Kennedy Japan the owner of Ghana and the only owner of Republic of Memame baby Otuamafuru Ghana. Ono ye the boss, the head, the big man. Ghana ye ni die. Enti ono no Kennedy Japan na wa yesa no. He can talk about anybody. Ne nkrofo na omotete media no so no. They can talk about anybody. But sen unnim na musuo nka wo. Now we make even a relevant statement about Kennedy Japan. Ubenye nkurasefo they will come on the media to attack you for no reason. Jimmy Nkwa. Pacho de me kontimase. Se wonim na wo ma musuo nkan wo. Na wo kan asem ba ko de fa Kennedy Japan ho a. Enkrofo we will attack you back everywhere. They will try to make you look stupid. Even though you have not said nothing bad against Kennedy Japan. This man was just simply interpreting what is written from the sentence. Now, Sabio, when you pano dinner chino, what did some phone? So when you pano dinner chino, what did some phone? Wabo akoshi. Na American court a court of competent jurisdiction at the judgment yaba na funny saying bedi ako etumi begina ho explain the things clear the way things are. What makes you that who give you that audacity to come out as a foolish idiot individual to come and tag the man when the man has not said nothing different from what the court actually stated? I didn't hear you who feels I prefer Jan and why you don't come? Why you don't say when you cross 400 be here? A Jimmy for Munimunyansa now Moody, an excellent journalist like Gabi, an excellent journalist like Asarbediako. Atem Adentia, he has come out to explain the judgment that came from them. Hey, they can't say we never trust no come because they want simple break. Mon kama Kennedy Japan ten and once say. Fortunately, some conscious MPP people almost more brochure ni bi. And the media, social media, YouTube and Facebook, if you have sense, it doesn't take a lot to build your own platform. So no triesicans and a man phobia barbontia barbecasa amano, Eddie Didi a man for atema. Ye mubinum, we will not demand money from some people, but we will come here and defend them. Because we hate me especially. I hate injustice. Me, I hate people who try to abuse the others. Either because they think they are rich, they are powerful, or they think they are the hierarchy of whatever they think. And Timon come out parenting and once say, some microphone and some phone can media and also some stupidity trying to create impression be say papa be a remarks e Ghana maimu papa be a fosu get to Ghana maimu. You cannot talk about him. He's making a very big mistake. you pay people to come and defend you, but me, like for example, me, I will not demand money from neither Dr. Bawumia, neither from the MPP, neither from any other person, but I will come here always and defend them. Anytime you try to bully them on the media, either yourself or through your dogs. Because my year, I'm an abroso, atraso. Look at how now I can say Abronye has come to a point to say, even though you have helped him, no, he is out there spitting the truth to you. What do you think is the reason? The reason is why you man abroso, abro nipaso. The way that you abuse and you bully your co-party members. This is what I want to. And a Jimmy for no mubu media no so. And yes, Dr. Bawumia yedai. Ni 8 Adriana ko Canada Japan ho. And I say Dr. Bawumia nwa no anya contract or china obati yes Dr. Bawumia oye da gomba ni oye mamprusi onye munya Jimmy no. Ya won sembe breka. Bahama di nsɛmfo as a president. And then only one leader in the party, the MPP party, the only presidential candidate, Dr. Bawumia. Until we go for elections and we elect new presidential candidate, no, Dr. Alhaji Muhammad Bawumia remains the contestant, the presidential candidate of the party. So let's focus on other matters here. Ebetimia bringing the power into. To bring the party into power, no matter who lead the party. Namunya the selfish argument, any selfish divisional. Mudeba or snuko kroko amanyoko num. Yabremo. Munya isa. Namon kana montemo huase. Mon fantu mutimi se. Judgment na eba wa Americano. Kenya de Japan OD4. OD4 ye twa damage amana manatua ye twa damage amana e was so ntua mfama na so there is no way you can say Kennedy wadi for when nibem anas ni deepem e kire so nipa na odi na kire kontompo ni otwa ntro accept that ai yes kraman bini aya dirintem abera ayehye ai Kraman biri no obedi a ye diri ntentem. Kraman biri na wuntumi ntwamu na ye ose unni by force no. Ye diri ntentem because e jo a aya na time. Enti accept say onipa na mudi na chi no oye ntrofo ye kontompo ni oye blackmailer odi ntro okata na ni ha na ni kanse mabera onim. Nyame na meka o a court of competent jurisdiction that one of America. Yenim say that is the pillar of democracy global. And the court of America and the decisions bar. Me, I can just say how they stated the things, but you cannot challenge me because that is what is coming from the hub of democracy. Said the Yenina Yenim. And Timonjintum Muni Kraman bringing tentem na mo honto mo na munya asemo ade mo bedi nso mu jimi fa ho adai. Yeah, wadi for jitum monjitum se wadi for na yenko yanim. Now we have a lot to say. Na munya personal attack ya more shift no. But say mo jiminti you cannot say the truth to your boss. Montumi kan yeso pa identity okodi introgu obi so. Identity okokan de ensem fata egu obi so. And now it comes to you. Mona amosin na nado danko akufuado. At time Kennedy Japan in Ghana was Anas able to do anything against Kennedy Japan? Was he succeeded? No, because he was protected by Nanado. Ameka, because he was protected by Nanado. Nanado has never hated Kennedy Japan until he started being a foolish man to his boss. Until he started disrespecting his boss himself. until he started to sell the rules, the roots of what he has been believing in for years. That is when he got kicked out of Nanado's office. Na me anka me the chance enti abusia mon kan kire Canada Japan crofo no say they should accept the fact say omo nipa no ye trofo otwa nkontompo enya me na meka a court of competent jurisdiction the USA and the aba and I'm so em ye twaka e the amano ti said the NDC for nkwasiafo bi no meka say sami jamfinye boni bia nanso mahama say odine boni ache no na wiase aye we say wonye boni a ebeye den ne de boni ache abusia like video no yenko yanim say wonye boni a ebeye den ne de boni ache unless you have done something wrong mumya yenko yanim ne yempushi to the next. Me mame Miss B, me mwakwa pa the sweetest voice ever. I me mwakwa ba o honte saying. Kobijima me mawonso akwa ba. Safawu Abdukalim me mwakwa ba ye pa. And Elizabeth Asana I wonso me mwakwa ba. Mumen like video no na yen share na yen ko your name. Mesra wa say like video no Q. Me mwakwa ba ye pa. And me mame British nkansa wonso me mwakwa ba ye pa. Yeah. I like the fact that you are all here. Yen to asune yen ko yanim na yen fans empamra na yen nya Kennedy ene ne nkrofo ya. Omo munya yen ema yen nya adwuma pamfa ma Dr. Bawumia no. Yen form nto nchen yen ko yanim. Now, John Delegate Ramani Mahama is a scammer. Nano Obaya will say he is the first government ever in the history of Ghana to what? To has appointed or to have who wants to rule the country with the few people in his administration. I say lean government. Now, Papa I have found a quarter of Mahama until Moody do a monomon quine. Omo fu yetwa omo fu awia kakra ebo omuti ana omo sere na po munya mframa bi mu etna ana se bibi akwa de wo ho. John Dariga Dramani Mahama is gradually exhibiting how he has scammed Ghanaians during the election campaign and how Ogusua or scam every Ghanaian. Per video way. Na yentuado enko yenetisia. Yantuase na video way. I just want you to watch this video. Just watch this. Tio, video now Baba Heno. What is more important is to listen to what the people are talking about.
Yeah. So basically, what you have there are you have communication specialists, directors of communications, deputy directors of communications, technical communication assistants, media aides. So basically, what you have there are you have communication specialists, directors of communications, deputy directors of communications, technical communication assistants, media aides, media liaison officers, communication consultants, presidential advisor on media who has a technical director to the presidential advisor. Then you have the ministers of state at the presidency.
And these guys are there for information minister.
Yes.
No, go to that list again. Just on the communication side.
There's a lot to communicate.
Stop it.
I'm just telling you.
You have information minister who's cabinet level.
Who has ISD working for him too.
And then you're having all these guys working under the presidency.
Who work under communications directorate. Yeah.
Of the presidency.
Yeah. There's a lot to communicate.
You can't be serious.
I'm just telling you there's a lot to communicate. So
and what are the conditions of service of these people?
Nobody knows. That's the issue.
That's why the transparency is not. So if I'm a lecturer in Legon and I've been teaching for 15 years, right? And I struggle to get my PhD. And then you have somebody who is a technical director to who has access to fuel. Read the letter they wrote. They said their fuel thing is not gone up. So this technical director, what's the competence, what's the qualification of somebody to do this work? So if we are not transparent, and I'm saying that this is mathematics, this one is not sentiment. If the government wants the pressure from the labor unions to go down, and they want to, and if they want a credible plan for IMF to, If the plan is not credible, see, if people don't accept the plan, it's not credible. If the labor unions, the businesses don't accept the policy, the IMF will not accept it. So if they will not be transparent with these guys and say, this is what we are doing, I can't understand why you have all these guys working and what are they doing? You said they have a lot to communicate. What are they communicating?
I'm just telling you. But if what would be the justification for
look at
directors
mention
of communications?
Mention the no. Take your mention the post again. Mention the thing again.
So the directors of communications.
How many directors of communication?
Yes, 4.
4 directors of communication, and then deputy director of
There are
communication
5 deputy directors.
at the presidency.
Yes.
And then which one again?
2 communication specialists.
So the director is not a specialist. Okay, the specialist below.
Aloski, there's a lot to communicate.
2 communication specialists and
2
then
communication officers. 5 technical communication assistants.
so you have 4, 5, 9, 6, 7 plus 3, 10, 15.
Media aid.
How many?
1.
Media aid.
Assistant media liaison
16,
officer.
17,
Communication consultant.
18.
Then there's a professional advisor on media.
Charlie, are you sure you are not joking? Are you sure? What are you? What is not joking? What are you saying? No.
Of all the positions,
No, guys, let's go through this again. Let's go through this thing again. I want to be sure. And sorry if we are.
So basically what you have there are you have communication specialists, directors of communications, deputy directors of communications, technical communication assistants, media aides, media liaison officers,
are you kidding me?
communication consultant, presidential advisor on media who has a technical director to the presidential advisor. Then you have the ministers of state at the presidency.
And these guys are there for information minister.
Yes.
No, go through that list again. Just on the communication side.
There's a lot to communicate.
Stop it.
I'm just telling you. There's a
You
lot
have
to
information minister who's cabinet level.
who has ISD working for him too,
Information.
And then you're having all these guys working under the presidency
who work under communications directorate. Yeah.
of the presidency.
There's a lot to communicate.
You can't be serious.
I'm just telling you, there's a lot to communicate.
And
So
what
how-
are the conditions of service of these people?
Nobody knows. That's the issue.
That's why the transparency is not. So if I'm a lecturer in Legon and I've been teaching for 15 years, right? And I struggle to get my PhD. And then you have somebody who is a technical director to
Something,
who has access to fuel. Read the letter they wrote. They said their fuel thing is not gone up. So this technical director, what's the competence, what's the qualification of somebody to do this work? So if we are not transparent, and I'm saying that this is mathematics, this one is not sentiment. If the government wants the pressure from the labor unions to go down, and they want to, and if they want a credible plan for IMF to, if the plan is not credible, see, if people don't accept the plan, it's not credible. If the labor unions, the businesses don't accept the policy, the IMF will not accept it. So if they will not be transparent with these guys and say, this is what we are doing, I can't understand why you have all these guys working and what are they doing? You said they have a lot to communicate. What are they communicating?
I'm just telling you. But if what would be the justification for
Look at
directors
mention
of
the thing again.
communications?
Mention the no. Take your mention the post again. Mention the thing again.
So the directors of communications.
How many directors of communication?
Yes, 4.
4 directors of communication, and then deputy director of
There are
communication
5 deputy directors.
at the presidency.
Yes.
And then which one
2
again?
communication specialists.
So the director is not a specialist. Okay, the specialist below.
Aloski, there's a lot to communicate.
2 communication specialists and
2
then
communication officers. 5 technical communication assistants.
so you have 4, 5, 9, 6, 7 plus 3, 10, 15.
Media aid.
How many?
1.
Media aid.
Assistant media liaison
16,
officer.
17,
Communication consultant.
18.
Then there's a professional advisor on media.
Charlie, are you sure you are not joking? Are you sure? What are you? What is not joking? What are you saying? No.
Of all the positions,
No, guys, let's go through this again. Let's go through this thing again. I want to be sure. And sorry if we are.
abusuamfo se mu nyina ma TV o ye nyina ya TV. I think say we have all heard John Mahama, after deceiving Ghanaians, say he is coming to bring in a lean government. As a training and say ministers will be appointed only 60, as he said. At the presidency, any poor muguha, they are just for communication. 19 people on the expense of the common Ghanaian taxpayers' money. You know, some media house will be to say City FM, City Radio, no. When Nanado was in power, they were really what they call vocal. Enti per se yam form one can say some more can one no sem na yam fa match them. Na montia say it is not about the fact say be me potential Dr. Bawumia MPP communicator or MPP blogger or MPP I talk my mind blogger. But the issue is I Obatampa I'm say I talk my mind blogger and me the juma. But as some of the cheaper and say John Mahama and Adrian say Sika Obabeto no Ghana by mo Sika na nado danko Akufo-Addo ye den etimi boaboa no edi gu ho say ye de be chechire o man no yie no papa na ye na adwene say one ne nkrofo be che ni nyina di ansa na mo be fira ban mo mo fira ban mo enti wasisa NDC fo na wa pake omo edi omo agu various positions a ye nka na wate a hidden issue say under a what communication for the presidency and your communication ministry and yes Sam George Kwasi Ampanyini no the office yasem na ye can at the presidency yasisa nipa mako edum kono ene de omakogu presidency ho ena bosome bia ye tua wonka. Let me tell you something for you to understand or for you to bear with me, because I know say a lot of you knows much more than me. The woman ye omo ye adwuma wo presidency hono, they earn more than the MPs. Omo sika ye tua dem omo edoso se ne MPs benefit e dem omo yen kan say service condition emu eduru se ne MP for no. Ebinom koraa no they are more than a ministerial position. Yadoko presidency wa. Enti wei eye only for the government communication. Ba bia fere so wusu kwache ete no. Mo kai se beto abonten enche bia se ye de 72 million and akoto ho say just for 9 months. Fere so wusu kwache expended that sikano only on communication. This is how the money is going to be shared. Ye kind of monte. This is a clear evidence of create, loot, and share. Ye create the presidency, the communication for the presidents, and now the president. And ya pack NDC for the guho. And ya call parliament, ya call approval of budget. And ya swa 72 million Ghana cedi dia kogo say omonje mfanye communication for the president for only 9 months because budget no you will ready in March. And from January to March we use different budget. Enti sika bi ebeka ho asem bia no it is only up to December 2026 2025 sorry. And in only 9 months you spend 72 million. Na sa 72 million na you spend na wo ho no. Ya sisa NDC for na ya pack your mogu presidency you say they are for communication. Into better director of communication, deputy director of communication, a specialist for communication, media director for communication. Just say this is a clear cut of great loot and share. Or say his monkey takes a hidden and threw in plain sight. I wonder why some people still don't get it. The budget for the communication debt is ridiculously huge. I know. Where you queue ɛna de aba. You see why? Entabusia, this is what John Dariga Dramani Mahama is doing with the Ghana's money. They are chopping it. 19 people. And your communication minister, and your communication at the presidency, and different. And nipa 19. And I hear 72 million more money. Akwana masa, your friend is saying. What is the name of that man? Akwana otako good morning otako friend is saying. O kokroko kwasi prat ne ba ho na ohye. Where your communication ko say oko under the vice president ma me na wa yira yenim ba bi owo. Vice president since ye man John Dariga betra konwa so o ma abonte meka hwe da obi na no ne America fo na nya ntokwa. Say oko ne side there. There are other more people. Ya paki o mo gu ho a omo ye NDC constituency regional district level a ya shira de omo abegu ho e na ye den ye che Ghana sika ne mo di ne kwakwa. Gab media say friend Amaprat. E ho na o she. Yes, or say she's at the vice president. She's at the vice president office too. And I Jessica Mobudi. 19 people just to say what the president want to say to the media or to the public. Ghana for someone who are here. Say yes, here there. Nanado Danko Kufuado. And then Nkro for the Michael school yampe. Me I like a video ni Yanko Yanim. Now I share so. Nanado Danko Kufuado the Michael school yampe. Nanado ma yahu se sabio wiase a yewo yi osikani ba tumi ko school papa ohiani ba nso tumi ko school papa yesi ya no de yempe de yepe eni nipa oba obedi o man sika for free. Aye, yes, ena yewia gabi kan ma me bi e fe na jantoa ma akuya janto se ya nana ya jantoa ma me bi odi trotimi kata na ni he CPP ni o CPP ni ene ono no oye adwuma de man DC e wo presidency nkrofo we before this nkrofo will leave the presidency hono na Ghana said omuja Ghana 2016 na Nando babe kura no Omo best say Ghana more than that because we say they have only 4 years. Yahoo. And that is what we call lean government of John Dariga Dramani Mahama. Now, yanko yanim because breko yanko yanim. Dabi video ni twem na be sambo yanko yanim abusia yanko yanim
we in the NDC
me pese wontie video we yie pa se mo nyina mo be kai SML sa project we na do sha ase se opese on famra na sabio the management of our oil omokodre a omokotua oil na how to manage it well na sika nyira ye the systems ene instrument bi begu kwan mu a ebema every liter of our oil no ebeye accountable to the GRA any you go to no na won say ye can be say we asna ye won no pipa kofa webra yenko jina han atwem. Now we use technology to improve all services across the globe. Said ye kofa hop ten ba ya NDC for the bayer propaganda ye jitu mo. Aye ne omo anka se san prezi hop ten no. That is what happened also against SML. A Ghanaian owned company. And what the ability to manage and count for all the litters that we draw from our seas. And this is for so Montiasia, a chrono, a Kohijuma, or Moba by Moa, or Mobechi a man for gum, a MPP a manuku for no Muya would differ from Kwa, or Muriagan Sika. Sami Jamfi we ya nene ho ba asemi ebegina bonten ka asem bi efa SML ho nyanto base na ti asem we yie ye wi a na ma bo video bi di akere wa happen na no enra 2 days ago ajabia one question that I want to ask you omo ba ye what say ye see the SML ni wura ekokoto ana unti. But when they were in opposition, they were screaming. There was no mutiatium. Say MPP Amanyoku, Bogana Chrono with SML. Yente Sami Jamfi, Yaba Niatwado.
Hereby demand 4 things. Number 1, the immediate termination of all, not some, all illegal contracts entered into between SML and the GRA. Here we are talking about their transaction audit agreement, their external price verification agreement, and their downstream petroleum audit agreement. Some may say that, oh, the agreements have ended. We don't care. Once the agreements were illegal, they were never deemed to have existed. And that is how government must treat it and do the needful. Number 2, the retrieval of all payments by government to SML under the illegal agreements which have occasioned a huge financial loss to the state. So once the agreements are illegal, then the state cannot respect those agreements, because this is a country governed by the rule of law, and agreements signed in contravention of the laws of this country cannot stand the test of law in this country. And therefore any payments made under these illegal agreements must be retrieved. Our courts have had the opportunity times without number to pronounce on this. This is the same reason why the courts asked for the state to retrieve monies paid to Oyome, Waterville, Isofoton, and so on, because they were paid under unlawful agreements. Number 3, the NDC demands the immediate publication of the full KPMG investigative reports on the dealings between SML and the GRA. Mr. President, why are you hiding that report? That report was conducted by KPMG, put together by KPMG after their investigations, at the expense of the Ghanaian taxpayer. KPMG did not do that work for free. They were paid for that work, and they were paid with our monies. So why are you keeping that report like a CIA confidential report in your drawer at your office? What do you have to hide? What are you trying to conceal? Publish that report now. You who once bragged about being an anti-corruption crusader, we want you to live up to that. Publish that report. We want to know what is in the report. Ladies and gentlemen, the NDC also demands the immediate arrest and prosecution of all persons involved in the award of these illegal contracts and the payment of these illegal fees to SML. We wish to reiterate the position of our flag bearer and leader, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, that the next NDC government will not recognize the illegal contracts entered between SML and the Kufuor government upon assumption into office on the 7th of January 2025. When elected into office, we shall launch credible and transparent investigations into the stinking SML scandal with the aim of retrieving for the state all illegal payments made to SML and ensuring the prosecution of all persons who are complicit in these illegal transactions. You see, while in opposition, sole sourcing was tantamount to corruption, according to the MPP. Procurement breaches were considered an abomination by the MPP. Indeed, since assuming office in 2017, the Kufuor Bawumia MPP government has prosecuted several persons for alleged procurement breaches and other statutory breaches. Some of these people are languishing in jail today. In fact, the chairperson of the Electoral Commission, Charlotte Osei, was removed from office, if you would recall, on grounds of alleged procurement breaches. Ladies and gentlemen, this standard of accountability cannot and will not be any different for members of the ruling New Patriotic Party who are responsible for the sleazy SML deal and other corruption scandals.
Okay, Abushan for NT. Abushan for no. Abushan for NT. If you listen to Sami Jamfi well, according to Sami Jamfi, there was a scandal about the SML deal. Medical Church Muse. Na a system of payment, any calculations and observation and also supervision of how many petrol or oil were drained from our waters and other things. A technology bia MPP are binded by because some of kaya brand this city kunyasono. Now you two oil we are the aba and a kosher tank. Near Heba bia abano eduye near they decided the number of liters here yenya. But one another came because we know say they were using that method before because they were stealing, you know. Nanadu decided to use a system, a technological. Wouldn't to me yet then, Emma, intimate foul 9, unsign yet then, and Shemu and Sasa the data. And this is was here a chrono juma. And remember, not only on oil, also on gold, transactions and calculations, and you know, a kind of a system, and regulatory about how many oil has been drained, how many money has been gained from there, how many gold has been sold, how much came in. All these things were under this system. But meaning say ignorance, say lack of knowledge, say a boapayen so I mean to me. Sami Jamfi Bejina can the ope, Namaka, baby Asumeka. They say, and this for they hate to say, Ghana Niba, able to me a criteria Juma, Manababa ye, yen can say, a multi-millionaire company, especially when they are in opposition. And this is for opposition, they attack every Ghanaian company be a airborne homogen or minum, and they connect that company to one PP. So we are for now Bushy and some Jamfika ye, the woman in an say, and this Yamanyo Kono bar, they are going to terminate the deal of Ghana, Republic of Ghana, and the SML company. What is a yafre SML? Yedi omoko court. What the accusation be omohana? What is a yetra omo jumana no omo yenumuana? There be yentere adentia because that SML deal no was a great deal, a very intelligent deal. Udimenti Americanesa. Listen to what has happened today. I want you to listen to this. The person won't tear deal with you. The person won't tear deal with pa ye pana. But yeah, we shall form a fan chairman and my little bit handicapped because this is my first time using this app. My NT is our video way.
Efiti May 2020 started Ekosi December 2024. Your share volume now is over 14 billion liters. And say your share sikanwa over 20 billion Ghana cedis. The market say data no ye more yesrimu na yeka. Ewo uko JR oho omude bema ho na won so wahwe book a ye de ema ne so wohwe mfimfia data no number bia ewom ya ye kan ye de ensesi ye book kan say ye ntwa o man intro adwuma ya no the figures speaks for themselves and no na ye ka che Ghana for say ya de pa ye de aba o hwe downstream na de ye no eno abi na ye no upstream na obroni be kan say ya tailor no to suit the need for upstream and a gold no ne ye catch Ghana for ne say any Ghana penny for say mon so yenhwe GR de omunim de aye no downstream and the data speaks for itself upstream ni gold no so moma yen so hwe na say ye kan mi no boma these are very significant sectors say ye ka sa sika e benya bomu a emfie dunum emfie dionu echi na Ghana mfa yen santo ye yem nkosre obi asika SM ye hye sa abono na ye be yen so.
As a petroleum downstream observer, the coming on board of SML is not only timely, but it's something Ghana could not afford any longer waiting on. And so when you have a local solution by Ghanaians that addresses the concerns that COPEC had raised in 2015, in 2016, in 2017, in 2018. What you have done for us at COPEC is to give us some space to sleep. SML is indeed plugging real-time devices, and then men also at the various depots to track and trace every single liter that goes through our system. That for us is indeed heartwarming.
Every CD of the public revenue counts. The role of institutions like SML in helping to plug revenue leakages, improve transparency, and reinforce accountability cannot be overstated. At this point, what matters most is the clarity of purpose, the integrity of the process, and the measurable values delivered to our nation, much more than what we call narratives. Today's gathering reflects a shared commitment to these ideals. It is an opportunity to take stock, to share lessons, and to engage constructively across the various sectors that could be impacted by ventures like SML and many others that Ghanaian ingenuity can raise.
SML, the almighty idea of the MPP government, who stood down and understood, say, if we want to have a clear accountability from the revenue, ye generated from our oil, na yehu the number of letters ye 2 every day from Ghana. We need a system automatic. Ebe to me, I have full control of everything. Na a man for being to me need dream. Fancy, funny Ghana sika. And this, my name say Jimmy. Say, I don't understand. What you say, man? I say boy neka. Aye, Dollar Man. Mr. Dollar Jumpy. What is the man? They are going to terminate. They are going to. When they came in power, what has they done against this? They can't, because today they are actually benefiting from the hard work that Nanado did. But they use this means to tell Ghanaians to say, OPD and Sika. Look at what the revenue has risen to 20.3 billion Ghana cedis. Monies during and this year, Breso, Now they could have lost without not even knowing where they go, because there were no trackers. There were no effective way of controlling where the monies goes. But Sami Jamfi Abediga Gold Board CEO. Ehon na wo se enko ehwehwem. Onso mo be omo aka omo anu atu. Onso omo nka ho hwe. This is because they are found out to say entro no mo di chire ono waje atum. They have the power now, so they don't need to arrest or to do what he was saying. Because he said they're not coming in. Now you katawanika. And this in opposition wanted anything that they see the government is doing becomes a corruption. Anything. And you get the media that will give them space to come and tell you lies. No one that say, and this is man yoku, and this is buying kwa. You were about 9 media personnel, sir. You're more than you have more appointment with this NDC government to a more year, to say politicians. And to uko radio suno kushia nipa bisa na. You think say you are talking with an young kind of saying neutral person obwa or ye neutral one. Or ye neutral kura. Mame afro mo akwa abapa. Mame Elizabeth Cha waso mo akwa abapa. Uko no kotu nipa bisa ubeke so ye de ben or ye neutral. Or ye neutral why? He has his interest. Now, yento asuna tamo kona yemfa nema binsi. Somewhat the same way say there is something going on today at the ECG. It is something that we need to talk about it. Now, I would like all of us to be part of it. Look at this. Liquid fuel available to power terminal plants can only last for 2.6 days. Hey, it was 2.6 days. That's saying 2 days in how many hours? 24 hours divided by 2 is 12. Let's say, yeah, there were 2 days, 18 hours to be, and I walk. These guys are definitely going to sell ECG. They are definitely going to sell ECG, and they have already finished even selling ECG. So now it is time to deal with the minds of the people. Trying to let it be a problem at the ECG which does not exist. Trying to make Ghanaians feel say the ECG itself is a cost to Ghana, so we must to sell it. Now, Jimmy, Jimmy, I wonder, when any person it Jimmy sir. What the other track on Yaso? Your mouse our position way. There be I am Shishan on the Black Ghana for. Yado better, Yado Papa Penny, Mahala better Kunyaso first day. Also, you were only 12 hours light. And then they also there. There were 2 days light. Now, Maton is in a mon current and once a maton. Why are you playing with our minds? More creating something that does not exist. More inventing stories that do not exist. Just to make the people get ready. Says you can say your tongue is ECG. Obien carry because at the end we will say ECG was a cost to the state. And to say your tongue that is a good call. But you know what? This guy doesn't know his background. Where you onim say omo NDC for. Onim say NDC for they have a ideology bia completely against selling of government property. Abuja for mu temi yepa. I think this guy doesn't understand, say, as an NDC political personality, selling of government property is not your ideology. We are communist for. But they want to sell ECG. They have already sold it. They say, the titles to make Ghanaians understand, say, ECG Kurano, I was saying, eti ne yesi fuel ni ho eti ekope private manner obejia obetumi generate fuel na watimi dia produce anyina mahoden ama yenya bi wo yefie sa kwa wo yo odi amanfo adwene di akoro obo aheda o they are just using the tactics sabio communist for a use and they convincing a man for say nipa wenye ana chese they are trying to do everything that they could to sell ECG. Now mo more failing. The question that I always ask myself and say e ba ne saying na do danko akufo adu tumi nya kwambi so far ye e produce energy for 8 good years without not going through these challenges ye hu ne hayi e ba ne saying now, since you came in, electricity has become one of the biggest challenges in the country. Aden, Bonebe, ne diamo. Muntimi mumaina, monsorin kone pafu from anemra. I didn't know. Anantiasi akwasi entumi nkobie ma monkanche na yempe nipa foforo ade mo mi de mo ti akoma. Every day there is something new, every day there is something to worry about. Ukwa abontre kodwam koton nam kura de be show fridge ma unam ho ana usansuro wanhwe na kwase ampanyini we yadumo light na unam apro aden mon frɛ na nado na ɔmɛtena mo nkyɛn na mo mi kyerɛ sɛ papa kwan bɛn so na ɔfa so otumi ma Ghana for danka ne ma mfie nwɔtwe mon frɛ no give respect to whom he deserve na munya the arrogant ɛwɔ mo mu te sɛ kwase mpanyin sami jamfi suban no wani mu gwase na ya dɔɔso yɛde dum so to mo abra na mo wɔ post na mo wɔ government 16 years ago, mobile and you have the same kind of some of the moon strange and sanda. Jimmy sa Sikadi Nkwa ye dear wako no ano at day. And at the Debenasi, we have only liquid fuel available to power terminal plants can only last 2.6 days. Ya dear Ben na ye wuti. Jimmy, you this stupid foolish man. When you were in opposition, now we enjoy you can say light, no. And I'm saying I wouldn't now mama dream morning tea. Now I want to say Obekan some for the Afananado. When Nanado was doing everything that he could to make sure the light stays on, you were out there insulting and offending a responsible leader like Nana Danko Akufo-Addo. Munti Akwa in the video when he was in opposition too.
The minority has also noted with grave concern the rampant and unbridled increase in petroleum prices since the beginning of the year. So far, there's been almost a 10% increase in fuel prices since the beginning of the year. Fuel prices that average about 4.6 cedis per liter at the beginning of the year currently sells at about 5.2 cedis per liter. This translates into Ghana cedi of about 23 Ghana cedi per gallon. This represents about 2 cedi increment over the period under consideration. These price hikes have been largely attributed to the depreciation of the Ghanaian cedi against major trading currencies in the country. The ordinary Ghanaian cannot be held responsible for the inefficiency and bad management practice of the economy by the Akufo-Addo government. This increment, coming especially at a time when businesses are suffering and bearing the brunt of COVID restrictions, demonstrates that the Akufo-Addo government is insensitive and heartless to the ordinary Ghanaian. It is equally important to put on record that Ghana is a net exporter of oil. Therefore, when prices of oil at the international market rises, Ghana must benefit, and this benefit must be translated to the ordinary Ghanaian. When prices go up, because we're a net exporter, we gain more. And so it cannot be the case that international oil market prices are going up, and yet Ghanaians are suffering from the windfall that we make from petroleum exports. The recent increase have only resulted in worsening of the living conditions of the already impoverished Ghanaian under the Akufo-Addo presidency. It does appear that things are taking for the worse as international rating agencies have begun sounding the alarm bells on Ghana's huge and unsustainable debt levels. One cannot but come to the conclusion that the Akufo-Addo-led government has run out of ideas. Hence, their decision to resort to such rampant petroleum increase. Notice is hereby served that the minority and the people of Ghana, for that matter, will not tolerate any further introduction of increments that would only exacerbate the suffering of the Ghanaian. Government must think out of the box. Government must be innovative. Already, transport owners have indicated that they intend increasing their transport prices by 10%. This would also result in hardship to the ordinary Ghanaian. We are therefore calling on government to ensure that it takes the necessary steps to cushion the ordinary Ghanaian and businesses who are already suffering under the effects of COVID.
Say nyina yati o. Ye nyina yati ye. Na ye say etikese ohoi ebo adwe na wote nchen a wa hwia no akese adwene na emere. Etikese koto na etikese ebo adwe mu a wa hwia na wa mo adwene aye o say adwene na emere. When this man was managing, doing everything for us to get light. Ose petrol boy edre. Enti ama light so boy edre. Na now government is insensitive. Or ye clueless or ye one and one. Kwasi ampanyire ne amanfo costo agu. Jimmy. Ko Jimmy. Amanfo costo agu. Enam adwemone ne amamuo bone a woni o papa Mr. Pat and President Pat any President Koke Island mo dia bo man no muntina ne amanfo mo ton ice water kurantumi ton ice water bi. Who is crudest than you and your people? Thieves. Why na ye kromfo eye wudini esen woni wa ban. Even though the oil price was high, Nanado was able to. A woman said, "Fan gonna boy dinner." And so Nanado to me talk fan go at the produce oil. Emma a man for them. Emma a man for at the produce any oil the produce energy. Emma a man for you and a Juma. Jimmy 24-hour economy is the pillar of 24-hour economy is the electricity. Ekosi saying. Ah, Ekosi saying, what do you say, Jimmy? Kwasiake can come to your position. Say, you prostrate yourself as genius in economy, moving through power. Then you show the rare character of whom you are. Foolish people. Ah. Useless people. very useless. And then ochina yeni petrol ade ebeche ebedum lights and ochina chi ochina yenyala aden jonjona pode ne hawo what on ECG bekana yenti asiye. The same things that you said about Anado when you were in opposition, we are going to say them to you because you are not relevant. You are not the term. Only a clear position I will hold you. Ochina and then now can some phone. I dare now can the opera. Ukujana now can the enemy. Ochina usu. And then I call your press statement. Now usu her a dang. You are a minister. Act like a mature human being. When you are BMO, when you party boy BMO, when you full minister, and I win your position. Don't come and complain to us. Come and tell us solutions. I also make solutions in the infantry, as you said. Abusian for Breko, we don't see her. Now, Ochina Yanko Pompa, assign Ayadeng Abetuaso. Gab media, Mia, Medawasipa, no support, yeah.
Eza mechiache mwenye namba platform kesiezo mechia nambe dika besi nambe chatoso abutiafo afana Southeast Women Organizing makasa ese menye amadwin senka mekasa but ensembi ayekoso no ho ye mu bi yenye a obi anim se yenye but the way you see a coming and hold down. And if you nim the way you suban city by me, imagine saying coming Casao platform so because media and press me and my boy me hon sema ye. And he coming Casao platform is so. Abusia for Monfo Buoma ye kakra. Monfo Buoma ye say ye a two abama. Ye branch for no ye the Buoma home. It's your say. Yes, we are the Buama mo regional women's organizers. Now, regional women organizer, the Buama mo national women organizer. Yen na aya kabo mo the Buama my home. Sabi will be nyakwalao. Fight in your biadia, yen na aya dia, and ya formal. See a ye fight here, Juma. A dear in a baba say, as a constituency women organizer, me, sanka me, my appointment letter, crampo, ye ma obi, and san free Accra, free Kumasi, none in sanka an appointment letter, no, the name constituency, the press school feeding, aye.
I was saying for Sana, me boy audio be all the way. With the more audio where you are near, I said, time na ya fa course, but I think that there will not be time because. The time for some reasons. When I went to video, I and this for more school feeding. I
use Eza mechiache mwenye namba platform kesiezo mechia nambe dika besi nambe chatoso abutiafo afana Southeast Women Organizing makasa ese menye amadwin senka mekasa but ensembi ayekoso no ho ye mu bi yenye a obi anim se yenye but the way you see a coming and hold down no enipa bi nim de ba ye suban city by me ye imagine say coming Casao platform so because media me press me ye no ma boa me ho se me ye enti coming Casao platform yi so abusuafo monfo buoma ye kakra Monfo Buoma ye say, ye ne to abama ye branch for no, ye the Buoma home. Eti etwa say, yes, we are the Buoma mo regional women's organizers. Now, regional women organizer, the Buama mo national women organizer, ye nyina aya ka bo mo the Buama ma ye ho. Sabi obi nya akwalao. Fight ni ye obi ade ye nyina.
Ebusianfo maame we ye okase ye say friend Vivian J. Asamasi. Yes, and this is for more school feeding program aduane anoa. Omo na obonko. Bere kontra busuame de mo besi ana mafa ko me nu me nsabi. Mesremo a mo men keep in 5 minutes. Bere ko enye say ne ye betima so. Ma wo say ye wi Vincent frey into ma men fa ne ko. opanyini me wakwa
Yeah, now what to say?
Pacho me ho ye pa na so
I used to down on pipe.
e da yankopon ase.
You did kind of as that is here in the mouth.
Amen.
Then yankopon so more buy. Not the way be answer. Any year mount, be years so I'm an abro so nebi so akiyina.
Of course.
Now, and no kura na can I say me say kakra betimi aka ne say MPP for no your problem we could tie no MP for no more your point to mu nyina no ombenya post no a and am for your mu dedodo and am for NDC for no na your me see Samia Oku na me panasem papa aso Samia Oku na dan for pa ne Samia Jamfi na NDC for no so mo come Samia kire o mo so ana me we na call school ana we madam for ana me we say na security bia ye bia ye dan for ni nyina no e ka ye MP for no bi so ana for do so NDC for no mo nyesa o NDC for no nyesa na so MPP for no omunya position no enam for no do so ama phobia mai na nim fia ti sa bop papa ka so ni nyina na free ma mba ko papa ba ko hwe krom ha bra ye bre krom ha se pa na se Dr. Baumia Nyankopon yi na maye ama Ghana fo a wan ko free abrofu no mu na papa Baumia doctor eniema odigu akwa mu nyina na ka jada po ko hwini kontompo a won ka no kure a wo be ma mo na mo so no be di president wana ma na wase ne bo se asen a ya bon ta she dem samanfo ayi wo kasai na danfo pa so ani ayi wo ya dwuma ma kana Japan so no kure ade a wo ye enye no nso wa fe ne se bia sana kan nyina cha kana Japan ade a wo ye ne ye se bia nyanya sasem aso MPP for panimfo no anamfo no ye too much ana dia do sa no Samia Oku no madam me na me panasem pa se do sitie no aso anamfo no ye Samia Jamfo ko fa na damfo a dia ba se no be kan wo die na ono nka ni kirima asam nkireo wo die na be kan no ono so anya advantage so he abafo pen ye kan asem me see that time sources radio say wutie ya sources radio na Mugabe mai maasi landing one abafo pen na ye adwuma no mo ye adwuma ma NDC saso me kan
London
abafo pen ni ai Mugabe maasi me see obi a no tie sa program bia that time sources radio ni kasa e wo so sources ayede sa abafo pen ni ai Mugabe maasi one na e wo landing ye station ba ko no mo ye adwuma ana Mugabe nya case bi a mo de ne kofie so be kai sase obi o kai bia no obeba so obeka se de me kan me bo obeka se sempo enti abapapa ne de wo ya ye o ataku an wo dwan no enti NDC for MPP for no be mu no information ko ana no de ko enti MPP for na me ka se empani for no penamfo anamfo no doso omunya position no a no mo de ne di agro kemi ka se empabo me ye se ka me nya pani bi Dr. Say Adutum na me friend say de me frame Dr. Say Adutum begin was so minia wo so do say ntemu abia metimi ade nyina so free ekwa ba akoso wo se mebo afa de atire no me friend ko anu won fa me friend Dr. Say Adutum ono so o ni pa bia ono so opesami nkum nya wo sa no so ta eno kure ba kupo me friend na fe me friend na won fa me jama message man kura won kai enti MPP for lankasa na ye ni ankasa no ye mpani for no mu di ani mu no ye position ye nya yin ba aba ba mu pe no mu de ne di agro no mu ne NDC for mai ene me no mu na for wo mi ni we ne call school mi ni we ne ba hwe ye nya samu a ha ne di ake so MPP NDC ni nya samu a na MPP for no ankasa ne di akire ko bu so da me na MPP for yi ba ye de say ato for se case e ba yi asem MPP for no ampani for ni bi MPP for ni bi ana ne di ake ko pachewo asapa ye so MPP for nya asem a NDC ni ebedi akwa pachewo mai
David
enti me samanfo na me sira pa na aye o kan Japan so wo kan ya wo ye chese wa kan ko ni pa na nante wa hunu subai wo se no kura na wa kan kura gira ma obi ahu so what can occur mo bi ehu aso people for any problem ku tell you no what that's not making any ba me no na me saba be kasa asana making so Samia Oku na da for pa ni Samia Jamfi Tama no more position so ya an makota na office.
So
nipa o ka se nipa na no ye no mo nam no ha se adwuma mu kra ya wei. So woni o ma wo no aha wo so wo be kan wo nsem nyina be da bonten. Let the adwuma ye aye de say wo le ya ye be mu dwabo ye mu de be ya first parliament power. And no ma se bibia no aye bibia so onko sku akra computer be no ho aye adwuma. Na so doctor ba no ye wei we se sansa ne amla aboche no se the first net Ghana tie no ma se sansa ne amla na ye dey ye so de ne ma dia na kan Japan bufuo wei adi aya aboro saa ma baby ha kodu ha say hey krom ha say ni pa no batia so ye wu no batia so koda ye wa ansore aduma na ye na den akatua no so mde mai no so sanye e na fiefo so sa haw wo so me so a wo ji wa katua tuatua be so tua da ka ska se de be ka wo zem ndi be tina trans say ye wu agu obi krom sa
Dabi,
MPP so yentimi transa MPP for no yem comfort no ministers no omo ha dwene wo ana madam funi we na contract no da koma NDC ni we no da koma we no ni we na security no MPP security bia na bi ko anti kakra me so metimi aka na nyame hwe so
nyame nkan so ho bra panyini
me da si bebre na me hira wo mi kwa ma me se bi ka me so le beka me so bye bye
okay me da se bye
so da se
ye bra Tony ena ye te nka no abusuan so tumi frɛ na wa kyerɛ won so wa adwene ai betumi afɛ se CI na wa ba kyerɛ wa adwene phone last year bi dama uba bibi ye adwuma kama pa abusuan fo ene me yusu different na ponti ama nye ne mani na menya na kama me ampa enye izo kura tu wa betumi obi nso tumi frɛ na wa kyerɛ na adwene kakra busuan enko ye wo ho betumi frɛ se wa adwene enko ye no well in any case meanwhile no my video okay man stop mama
Mr. Mafu
ya mi baba kope ya ho
fe wura kwa mi kodo mami nkasa kata me nkowai
kasa yeti wa ho fe wura
na tisan yo
pa cho yankopon ado me ho ye pa na nso e
Yesu ado me ho ye me che watiefo nyina
tiefo joso
Mr. Mafu ye ma ne de agye nsɛm awie o
aha
agye nsɛm awie kro because ye wo awudifo bi wo ho mo mpɛ so o ma ne be move forward hwɛ Mr. Mafu sa omotin twen kakra ma MPP tikyire wo ma no kɔ nanim kakra
yeah
enka obia benya ne so ne de kakra anya bia business because so hwɛ papa si ayesi enya campaign ti ana nka se bu obiadi
okay
ya papa ya wa wani tua ka odi nyansa dodo ayi leader
ai
me kan kasa ko
ai
wo hwɛ na ayi bia odi be baaye na utumu se na aba wom
yes
se ye kan say business for mo benya tax free na efiri ho kono na nka mo de bibia tos na efe amnesty odi be ma mo ne ade wotumu se enhyehyɛ ye dia wode to ho na nka ye good me question sisi a me pese me busa Ghana for ne say do we choose well hwe bra ye bre mu ankasa ye de ye nti wo bi o mu ankasa mo kɔto aba no hwe bra ye bre amutim munua ne sai yesi bi wo ho preso ne obi die tumi ye 46 times within few seconds ebi die ye 16 times within few seconds enya na shi keje ti adwom
ai no a
so anya bia no na ado kɔ no na kanea ni siso na ado kɔ no na kanea ni siso no na ma yusu abepem ne o bibia na ado ene na ban ye bia Mr. Mafo. That is what NDC is using now. Ghana for mama dwene mu na ho. Mama dwene mu na woni ya bre. Adan mu ye dudo ana. Mumu bi no mu ye dudo. mu ye dudo mama dwene mu nya enna hona mu hu se enkrofo we omo ya dada fo mu be kum be sai
yeah
they are destroyer. Open your eyes. Salata nibro force. Shine your eyes, Oga.
Shine your eyes, so shine your eye.
Adan. Now I'm also so I'm free Ghana better diaspora so me Jimmy. Jimmy no ya omo of a catch say abre me be fa kwia ko me be fa kwadwa ko wa ye ready oh for kwa manemra o de frefum na o de baye no. Jimmy na no mu da sugu digu ya no mu titi media no so bi no mu Jimmy ka ho so what you say na ka wa hwa John Jenapo allegedly abro nye be ka mre bi say mahama adi ne yinti wonam ho nyina na koma abubu
broken heart actually
o ka say abro nye be ka ya o say allegedly
abortion nyina ba mo enya agro na abro nye di o
so what yes and so abro nye di ono de bibi pia na asama
allegedly
was allegedly fear man is like mesro me show so say wo dey okay mathematics me dey allegedly
fear bi atare to abro nye ye funny man
atare to so what yes enti wa be makrachi ni be ma wonam ho wo boss wo na untumi himu pama wo yire nyi untuma ama papa we azan papa we akwakodi wo yire e na wo bridi na ye na do ani brebe hye so
ye de bone be na ri ayew
bone be na ye ayew wa ye kan electricity ye maame no ne ye wo famodi ye adwuma wo dwom no e na wade aboso na wode ahye wo boss ni mu yesrew fa boss no na kofa ayire wo pe na wo na mahamadan so to train baby na kofa wa ade
ma be so be kubio
ama papa ya kafrede and Freddie who baby I would do tip and na Ghana for innocent people na do oni bre kwasiom so John Jenapo pie bra na be ye na wona betna affiliation na mo ye pak and MPP for and o ma ye say and we are going to do it right from mo founder no Ghana companies bebre won na yire eton ye companies bebre o ho amutonton ye this electricity no ya dia ba ko pa ka moton ya be bomu dia John Jenapo ya be ma hwwa aye ntafo du because we want to mean service wo yire wo post na service wo yire eti John Jenapo mamu nyange samu beton Ghana electricity amu obia because any property a Ghana for aka omo yedai ekuta o man because mo fanda no woton ya ton Ghana bibia wo asasena woton bibia on the tumi di helicopter ko boase ekosisa gold no dia betwam e wo santase no de kosa gold ni nyina e wo hene
one ne ba
ene wo hene
one ne ba
ena muso ai muso mo ba ya na muso mo to aso no like father like sons akromfo nko ana moye ye pa mo chaw ye di nyame di sremo munja Ghana ye de mamu samu nchechire ena mesama afokan no munni mu ya ayi ye fe ne say ye papa afanyom makan wabeka wasese muntumi nchechira mummra ne ne muntena se ne ye nchire mu muntumi a munkwana na ado ho akokorai ye papa wo die na ye tumi ye ya kane ni gina so mfie nwotwe they won't hide it from him say na ado de okuta akoma pa
obeya Ghana ye yo no hwehwe
Ghana ye no ohwehwe sanye Ghana ye no ohwehwe a ekuwantumi amfa nkola ajase si ya papa ayi enti no they say ye kasa e wo say ye follow trend a eko ye papa adutwum na ke ye say ye 5 point something but on true na ya antin ye say ye 3 point something no onu ma meka ye wo fa dutwum nkola no school a na ado bo omo koye no mun nyina mo ya ade but man boa papa no man boa papa man tumi ansele adia na papa na ye na mo sell with more interest selfishness and na mo ye de na mo sell na ka what is wrong say wo but television so no abeka said this is what we have done.
I'm trying ya yes say MPP amanyo na na do ye no last hour and almost tigu
hey menim say Ghana for mpanifo so obi di mu kohwe nkwa mu di nipa kro no kohwe wu e ba mpanifo bu ye no e be no emu du na obi amfantunu kotodwam wo ye papa mu baby kra wo be ye papa no koda dwene ho ye ehu investigation nipa no da no benkum ni nifa na hu say who are you dealing with?
Yeah.
MPP for more dealing with wrong people
all the time.
More dealing with useless people. Na kanya sanka ayi azafo wana papa ya wose wo ayi ewiase a me ma me wo me ya che me to asase so a school man ko bi dan dru ba bi ayi thanks to British government and wo boa me e dada me kakra sa akwa ha ye course we ye we enene me ni pe kasa me kasa bi ya nkwa bi o naso so ya nim se obi de wo court obi de wo court e wo British ha se Britain ha makura ya bi wo ha next wo de wo court na the moment ye be fra wa ye be cross examine wo no nipa na de wo ko ye wo siu the moment wo nipa kro no wo be di fo no ne ye fane wa wo na wo twa sika na ma de wo court no wo wi ne no
yes
eti me kwasi me pese me busa anyansafo no say Canada Japan any anas one wi ni ye
question good question why the wi ni ye
one wi ni ye samon tiasi amunko na munko busa the moment I be plead guilty no say ye jeli 10 years na ayi I'ma reduce sentence now by 5 years because what to me a pay mark I say why you born.
Yeah.
So what you say is the same thing go for this case and answer for mumra na mumetie yo mumetie. It's the same thing. Me baby a me ma dwuna kwosina omo ntiase na ejimi fo ne ntiase no me nkyere omu kakra.
Mitio mama.
Said guy ayi first case no omo tenase no omo ka say $18 billion mebwa
yes
very good the jubilation no am so omo jubilate no say 18 billion when tria ni nyina no tria 500 per that is jubilation I am
so omo di sikasem na no omo di akire omo ani di akire I
am say no omo jubilate but in the human sense in the human capacity as a keyboard playing no say junior ya enya Canada Japan the dibim
dabi wadi for
anas and the dibim and ya je $500 e dey ayeden e dey man sika fia bi no no so wa would do krom so mbu kro anas you see karma anas men papa no men yada ni sao but
dabi mi akura men yada no yeah this is about the truth I don't care about
anas,
him
you play so foolishness sha won search nya woda e wa na wo yeden utafre na wodu ade we butubutu anim se kaka motobi e design manfo e destroy na wonim se Ghana fo abibi mem obi apesika on form so ba NDC pa be ma ba man form first born ankwa sure very good when it comes in money obi betumi de ne maame ne papa akoje sika owi ano wa peta mo de nipa koni sika ba kwakoma no akoje ne maame so what I say but you because of anam say oman mu no eye weak no anas you stood so low with all your qualification to me a criminality say at foot and town way to me hwenyankopon ni manas to me bully amanfo who bully yanka wa president kranka wo de ba no so
aye
finance minister nka de ba no so what kind of person are you
yeah so no NDC agenda
Ahu entinya se bia me ka bi ama, but I'm telling you say karma obia wotie fidie bia don't offend people so much because karma is a bitch.
Yeah.
And no matter how it is, no, karma will visit your door. Beware with how you play people, and beware how you destroy people. Because one day the karma will, when you wake up from your bed, karma will say, "Good morning, Mr. Mafu. Do you remember me?
I meet you today."
It's yes, Ramo. Mamu can't tell any person ni pay Jimmy. Know how you play your game and know how you destroy people's life. Mo said Dr. Mahmoud Baumia Dinina no. It will come a time. Pay time will reach your doorsteps. Inshallah. Musha manuka saye and sasu na kwama obi MPP ni bia. Nana do appointee wo. Na wo de wo disika ni wie na wo sole call ye na wo de one year campaign bia MPP no. Na grassroots to kwa no peswa kwa one farmer wo mo no. I'm telling you with the gospel truth. Me Jimmy Yankupon di na me kire wo say karma will visit you. That morning nyankwa na abedi o. Wo de betonuro amemene saa till that can don't come. Please MPP for mpanifo na do ponte mu a mutane mo back de ye den. E de ma papa no ene otifie a fe kura na wakotena fie no. Amanfo ma ne din ye den. Enna.
Yes.
Ye pamuchau mufa wenya adisua mufa nya adisua ene because of nana adunti ba wo mie dinda because of appointee fun bia nana do appointee ungrateful appointees binti no ba wo mia ni dinda ye pamuchau enye kan ene din kunim ya nas ene din kunim bi di mu si ha mon koda na mon dwene ho se mon nim so a ba bi edi asem no mon ko fane out ho kan odin kuguo nti no tria sika no nti ne ntro no so oda so didi a me so me ba ma ba kire se kan oreye ware Mr. Mafo good night
Also to you. Yamenka ho
on kan so ho
bye. Okay, I have 2 other calls to make. I was having fun and number and because me can me use different me use new app bintu mo edru kakra ochana may perfect wo ha tomorrow dear no know how it works well. Aja, face off. Hello. Uchilenka.
Yes. Uchilenka.
You tunka pa.
Yeah, me tunka. Okay. Mechia RAZ Media.
Atie for Joshua.
Yeah, atie for ya. And I say I know can be pass through because I'm in tunka. Any of my business, the end of those I'm telling how I see a usage. I think that yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'm doing well.
Okay. Me come myself soon. Me can say. Me the na nka me topic ho.
By you kasa yintio.
But what you know. Audio say be calculating. Yeah. Vivian J. Mr. Manfred school fee the one at the buy.
Ejeku for program.
Vivian J. Any and the lights. Yami be cheat you na moka.
Exactly. Now person me who job we are not time go 20. So china my who job but you can talk about it feel free. It was part of it. Yeah.
Yami be cheat you na moka. There's a MPP abebo brafa ato nti na mo pɛne sɛ ɔmo bɛfiri abɔn na maba na mo soso ma bɛnya biadi ɛgye nti na wobie restaurant so wogye school fee de yɛ de mepɛ sɛ mebisa wo wogye school fee de yɛ de
obi a wɔ restaurant
wontumi ma no gye restaurant no nti no ayi school fee de ni mo mu na ɛbɛso because ɛhɔ na dɔdɔdeɛ wɔ
aban adwuma
ɛhɔ na mbɛtumi abɔ ɔman no kuro na mu wie a mahide behind your nutra wɔn wate nyɛ bi sɛ kɔkuma no and the light mesi nyame bɛtuatua mu nyinaa mo ka kɔkuma no abɛsɛpo gan ayi cars ɛfrɛ bukyire mɛsrɛ MPP fo a moyɛ adwuma wɔ ha bɔ mo mɔ m'anim kɔ hɔ
okay
duty obɛtua
okay
mɛsɛ mo mɔ m'anim kɔ hɔ akorɔmfoɔ nyame bɛtuatua mu nyinaa mo ka
nti ɔde Ghana yɛ business sɛ ɔba bɛfa nneɛma de
kɔfi adenti ne wankɔpere ayi program a NDC de bae adɛ ne wankɔpere na kyerɛ sɛ ɔgye atu sɛ MPP ne yɛ papa ɔmo mmra mɛyɛ dwuma pa ɔmo mɛyɛ dirty works no na mo baa no ma bɛdi dom ɛnyɛ saa
enjoyment
Mr. Mafuman Francia.
Me da
se. Me want to mom type connect.
Okay.
All right.
That's it. Uncle Von Count. Bye. I am my Michael and yes, my sister Monica watch it. One faku when I am probably be amla na we. Tam kwaka. Tea pan ke Hello, Mami Monica.
Hello, Maf.
Mama
yeah, Mom, that's say.
What is that?
It's a more than Colonel was there.
Pia, who you are?
No, Michelle, we are.
Dear for Johnson.
Yes, more.
Some more.
Ghana for movie actors. Ghana for Obia names. And I could for the year, Mapa. On the Baumia. Ipe bi obetena se akase onim se na na kufu ado ne Baumia anya edwuma pa bia no di tro. Ghana wo nya atwem. Pese min kuminya. De bia de Ghana fo ni nua Ghana ni pani se. Why ye na ye boni di. What you say? Say, wakoya di we ni yakaso no ne ye. Yakaso bia ya de papa ne tan. Atie ba kwa Ghana fo. Ye di etukwan. Ye di akoba bia ne ama ye Ghana kro no. Ye brain. Hwe mpanimfoɔ a yɛbɛsi aban so nyinaa nimdeɛ a na ɛkita no na akufo ado ne Baumia ɛyɛ different for everyone. Yɛntumi mfa obiara ɛnto MPP aban ho from mampanyini kufoɔ so. MPP ba Ghana ɛsɛ dɛ Ghana development is still. Na hwɛ NDC bedi so a resɛdeɛ nneɛma si tutu sini. Ghana mpɛ nokorɛ. Ghana na nnura na metie ayi agrada nsɛnsɛm bi na ayi lollipop ayi Mama Ebua na obi yɛ ne interview ɛfa Samija Fiska Onekoma Agrada Elebua se obo kokodi ifo omu nyinaa kokodi MP NDCH se omu kotu MPP na kyerɛ sɛ ɔmo yɛ ahoboa sɛ MPP aban ne deɛ ɔmo bɛtu no wobɛkae time a ɔmo yɛ politics no ɛyi Mercy John Mahama kɔhyia a ɔmo ɛma Mercy kɔka asɛm no ma Ghana so ne mu ɛnyɛ ne pɛ ɛyɛ ɔmo nyinaa ne kɔɔ meeting ɛna de ɛresade hyɛ Mercy ano cause ɛnam deɛ ɔmo bɛnya nti ɛnyɛ deɛ ahiafoɔ bɛnya o ɛnyɛ deɛ ahiani ba bi bɛkɔ school o ɛnyɛ deɛ akwadaa bi te fie a ɔnya deɛ ɔbɛdi o ɛnyɛ deɛ akwadaa bi te fie a ne maame ne sika de tua ne school fees ɛnyɛ deɛ yaleɛ bi bɛyɛ akwadaa bi na ɛde no akɔto tete ɛyi FM station na ɔmo bolobolo sika ɛde akɔhwɛ akwadaa ne yaleɛ na saa nipa wei nom ɛdwene ho sɛ Nana Akufo-Addo asɔre sɛ mafa Ghana wiase nipa nyinaa la ɛhaw ato me so na nipa kakra bi atumi asɔre abɔ dawuro sɛ saa nipa no yɛnyini ntontwene ɛdeɛ na Ghana matumi adwen akɔduro sɛ saa nipa wei nom ɛpɛ Ghana yie saa nipa wei nom ɛmpɛ hiafoɔ yie bàtà ɔmo te deɛ meka yɛ ase baa
yɛtio paa obi ate wo nka
ɔmo adidi ame o ɔmo da so adidi wɔn a wɔnyɛ aduane no bi ni no ɔte hɔ ɛbrɛ na da biara baabi a mesu ne me ha wɔ ne sɛ ahiafoɔ a mo nni bi wɔn a monyɛ school fees kayayofoɔ obi mɛtie mu sufrɛ na mo wie a obi nturu mu nkɔhwɛ nkwa na mo aturu no akɔhwɛ wuo enti Ghana ɛnora ɛnsɛ bloggers yi baako ɛyi bla deɛ wɔde ne number maame no the program bi a ɔyɛ ɔse blame bi a ɔbɛ blame Ghana for yɛ gyimifoɔ excuse me to say that kɔ adwene da Ghana for team no esua ɛso Ghana for yɛ ti kwan a yɛne yɛhu sɛ kuro no a yɛakɔ so no ɔmo agyimi but yɛnim sɛ yɛne yɛyɛ nkwaseafoɔ Ghana for nim sɛ yɛne ate paa but yɛgyimi yɛtu kwan bebree country biala Ghana for ne di kan kɔ so first ɛnso ani tia ankasa bi ma yɛ abrabɔ
hello
papa ate deɛ meka yi
ayɛtio paa sɛ wo kasa yɛtio paa
ekyi no medwene asɛm no ho a me nua bɛrima a yɛntumi nya nte aseɛ da enti adeɛ bɛboa yɛa ne hyɛ ɛsɛ blogger no a yɛyɛ de boa Bawumia ɛne ne nkurɔfoɔ ɛno a ne bɛboa sɛ Ghanafoɔ bɛtie yɛ na MPP asan abɛsɔ Ghana because NDC foɔ ne papa biala hwɛ Sabidamfi press conference ɔyɛ ɔde yɛ a ɔbɔ yi so nipa ɔno ɔba akonnwa ne so a onim nea nti a ɔba onyɛ Ghana nti ɛnyɛ Ghana nti o na sɛ wo MPP foɔ na asɛbi mo nso yɛ ne mo ɛbu man no a ɛnam MPP so ama mo nya nea mu bɛdi ɛnam MPP so ama ne mo kasa de mo nsa si mo mpo sɛ ɛhiafoɔ ɛne mo nyɛ pɛ mo nso mo fi yɛ sɛ pɛ ɛtina yɛyɛ campaign tia ama party na papa and some na ya to them I fa won see ya mentiapo but at times the bia some wenti me ya le kosoro
Dabi nyanto wasie ma me nyanto wasie ma ho dabi ntumi nyare for this.
Ghana wa Ghana bla eye nyame nhyira awurade nka ho
Amen. Nyame nhyira won so no onka ho so ho ma me. Bye bye. Abusianfo said here nso ye ye saa na we nso beye. Me de mo besi ya na madam nyina ase. Ewo sabio support kesi ane mo show. Me say mo fan cheme on this app. I'm not much well planned and well organized, but I can see that the app is very, very smart and very good. So I think I'll keep on doing my live videos here, and yeah, we'll be much smarter in the other days. But the only thing is, I cannot see your names here now, you know. So I will thank you all. I will thank you all for being here today. Thank each and everyone that came. The offer here, Mami Esther, Miss B, Mike, Miriam Tony, Kobe Jima, John Kennedy, Modoso, Mami Obatampa, Mami, which I also yepa. Miriam Kwajokwache, I thank you very much. Gab Media, Face Off, yes, Sister Monica, more. Don't take it too much, yeah. Me Afrin Poma, thank you very much. British in Cancer, Elizabeth Chan, I cannot see your names, but I remember some of the names, and Mamo didn't call for Cheme, or Chanyanko Pompa,